This week on Not Sauce for Work, I'm a little under the weather, so Terry will carry the load. Speaking of loads, Eagle's also here. On today's show, we'll talk about a poorly executed promo code, a well-executed contract negotiation, and Zach Wilson's punchable face. We'll get into a cameo by one of soccer's biggest stars. We'll get into this and much more on this episode of Not Sauce for Work on the Hot Sauce Sports Podcast Network. I'm dying.
Because you're sick?
I had a horrible cold like Friday. But it was okay. Like it was getting better Saturday, and then Eagle and I worked the flag football finals, and I did 3 hours straight of play-by-play.
Nice.
And I ripped my throat to shreds. I was so finished, and like
it takes a toll on you, especially when you're not trained to do that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like when I watched the UFC and I saw like Mike Goldberg back in the day when he would do it and just like that, and he would like grunt. This guy must have trained his voice to be able to do that. It's crazy. It's very impressive.
And it's also like you know, it's a type of job where you require your voice, right?
Yeah.
Like doing this, for example,
Yeah.
right? So like, yeah, I can come in here on a broken leg and it would suck, but it doesn't impair me to do my work.
I do things voluntarily that will affect my voice.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't stop me from smoking joints the entire time.
Cigars.
I was hitting javelins like you couldn't believe.
Give me a cigar. Give me a little spliff.
Yeah.
Good.
I think for dinner I ate 6 beers.
You ate 6 beers.
I ate 6 beers.
You 8 of them.
Eagle, what did you have for dinner? You had 100 pounds
Candy.
of sugar.
Yeah, I had 10 Reese's cups.
Oh,
I
nice.
had about 10 coffee crisps. I had a bag of Warhead sours. I had a bag of gummies, so like the sweet ones essentially.
Powdered donuts. I saw powdered donuts.
I had the little white powdered donuts and everything. Those were good. I had some barbecue chips. That might be it.
I like it.
I mean, I say that might be it. I mean, there's a bunch of garbage. And then I had a beer.
I'm trying to
like 4 hours
calculate
later.
like the amount of sugar. There's probably like 500 grams of sugar.
Oh, it would have killed several small animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
None that are as impressive as Eagle.
No.
Yeah.
He's on top of that food chain. for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And in the animal kingdom of the animals who can eat dumb shit, Eagle is the top.
Oh, fuck. For sure. There's nobody that has his stomach must be made of iron or something.
Thanks, man.
Well, what absorbs sugar?
Like Joey Chestnut has no chance against you.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm talking about hot dogs. Like he'll out-eat
Oh,
the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
out
But
of
like,
you.
was like junk and garbage and the whole thing. Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
Is
Like,
there
your body your blood has absorbed the sugar to the point where it doesn't even realize that it's in there anymore.
Although, admittedly, we do have a ritual where after our big work night and everything, we usually go for food, which helps with the bowel movements.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
And we didn't go for the food, and so the next morning was a little bit rougher than I
Was that the
used
first
to.
year
Yeah.
ever?
No, it's been a few years now when restaurants were
shame.
closed early. One
Oh,
year,
yeah.
they accidentally spilled their oil everywhere, and there's a fight in the kitchen or something, and the guy wouldn't let us in.
But
We had
like
to-
this year,
a fucking
Eagle and I were just too tired to eat. Like we went to the bar.
That's
it was
crazy.
fine. Kitchen was open. We're just
Yeah.
like, no.
The kitchen was open? I thought it was closed.
Was it? I thought it was open.
Nah, that was closed by then.
Oh.
I think the kitchen closed at 11. We got there at like midnight or something. So
I didn't even bother asking because I was that tired. But yeah, I wonder if there's a competition where like the hot dog eating contest, but you're eating like a total amount of sugar, like the Johnson & Johnson insulin scanner sugar eating competition. Brought to you by CVS Pharmacy.
Brought to you by Eagle Media.
honestly, that would be amazing. Like we've talked about it. Like I eat a whole bunch of stuff and then we check my blood sugar level just to see what it's at. It's gotta be ridiculous.
It won't even. No, it won't even move. I think you become
It
immune
wouldn't
to.
even move.
I think you become immune to sugar. You know, like there's like those they call blue areas. I think blue zones
Okay.
where people just outlive everybody.
Yeah.
And it's mostly in like the Mediterranean. Like there's a couple spots in Italy.
Yeah, like Sardinia,
in
people have like
Greece.
a life expectancy
Exactly.
of like 106
Croatia,
or something.
Yeah, like in that area, there's a few of those blue zones they call them. I think Eagle is his own blue zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to sugar only.
Yeah, just that 1%. But like we've talked about this before, right? Like how I don't get full on beer, right? So like I can do a beer competition, I can drink beers all day long and it won't affect me.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, you can eat sugar. What's your thing?
Pizza, man. A pizza. I'm a bottomless.
But
pit.
do you think you can do like a competition level pizza?
Yeah.
See, I like 3 slices. I want to die.
Pizza.
It doesn't mean I don't eat 3 slices. I usually have 4, but I want to die.
Yeah, pizza. I think I can like on like last night. Last night we ordered pizza. We were just lazy to cook, so we ordered this place. Hang time, not bad. And we ordered a large. She had 1 slice. I had 4, and then there was 3 left. I could have eaten them, no problem.
That's insane.
No problem.
That's insane to me.
And the worst part is you give me another full pie like that, and I'll eat the fucking shit out of it.
But yeah, like
I can eat
I'm saying
2
that's
full
insane.
pies on my own.
I've actually drank 2 cases of beer in a day.
See, that's people have their thing, right?
Yeah, I
it's
guess
like
so.
the gene.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't walk, but I wasn't full.
Like Zach Wilson's gene is
Punchable face.
punchable face. Like
yeah,
that's
we'll get to
definitely-
that. We'll get to that in a second. It's time. Let's jump into the news. I don't hear the music. Terry, it's the news.
Is it though?
Yeah, I gotta get my regular headset back. This is terrible. So first question.
I can hear your glands.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry that I'm ruining
It's,
everyone's
not
life.
that, it's honestly not that bad.
To like the 8 people that are getting off on this,
Yeah.
I salute you.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Go for it. I'll add to it if you need
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Just send us a comment.
ASMR.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can say whispering because the whisper song.
So the Jets good.
No, they never were good.
They're 7-5.
But they're not though.
But like,
But
so,
we had this conversation.
did we?
Yeah.
I never remember.
Not about Jets, but about what the playoffs are going to look like, what the NFL is going to look like. The Jets are just not going to be there. In a
that.
couple
I
weeks.
assume so.
It doesn't,
Like,
they're never going.
The last
done.
few games in the last few weeks in the AFC East, everyone's just punching each other in the face. Like it's like Bills Jets, Jets Dolphins, Dolphins Patriots, Patriots Bills, Bills Dolphins. It's like that's what's left of the schedule basically.
It doesn't make sense, and the Jets are not. They're just not. They're not. They never were.
But they had the best loss of the weekend. Like
what was it again? How'd they lose?
they were down a bunch, and then
they weren't.
If Mike White just reaches the ball out
Yes.
and scores, they end up winning the game. But he gets tackled on like the half-ass hairline,
Fucking Mike White.
and then they get stuffed the next play.
This guy, man. Anyway, they're not good.
Yeah.
They won't be good. They won't make the playoffs.
But so
Can they win the division? They're first in the division for sure.
no, they're third in division.
Oh, they were
The
first.
the AFC East is the 2 East divisions.
Oh, so they're in a wild card right now?
Yeah.
How
The-
are they in a wild card?
Well, the 2 East divisions are insane. The AFC East and the NFC East.
I gotta see this.
For once, I'd like to be a fan of a team who's a good team in a bad division. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
I mean,
I'd like to be the Patriots, what they were for 20 years.
the Cowboys had that for a while when the NFC East was good. And not necessarily that the other 3 teams were bad. It's just that they weren't the Cowboys level. So the Cowboys would
Yeah.
go 13-3, 12-4, whatever. And then the rest of the teams will go 8-8, 9. Like the Giants, the 2 years they won the Super Bowl, they went 9-7. They lost to the Cowboys twice in the regular season and beat them in the playoffs.
NFC North says hi.
Here's a preview for you next week. Are the Commanders good?
Yeah, they are actually.
No, that's next week.
Oh, that's next week.
You're
Okay.
too soon.
Oh, sorry.
You're like the Flash in that horrible Justice League movie. You're too soon. The thing is, like, I'm looking at the Jets though. The defense looks really good.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson looks awesome. They keep piling on running backs who just look better. Like Brees Hall looked good, and Michael Carter looked good, and this random dude named Zonovan Knight looks amazing.
Zonovan. Just guessing names at this point, right?
Yeah, but, everyone's good in that offense except one guy. Zach Wilson
The guy who-
is garbage in this offense.
The guy who should be, the guy who you rely on is the worst guy on the team, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And no, but I feel like Rob Saleh never wanted this kid, and he's just like, let me see what I can get from him.
Oh, so it's like the Tua and Flores thing, or
Kind of,
just
yeah.
there's something not meshing there.
Yeah, but the thing is, Tua is a better player than Zach Wilson is.
I believe so,
We
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
We know it.
Well, like
we've seen it.
Tua also got drafted in a year where there was better quarterbacks. Like Zach Wilson got
Exactly.
drafted in like a down year of quarterbacks. right?
Exactly. So the Jets were kind of like, we need a quarterback. We have the first pick. Let's just get the kid. You know.
Yeah,
so
you have the draft pick. It's worth taking a chance on.
exactly. Why not? But we've gotten to the point like he's just not there, and he never will be there. I don't think so. And Rob Saleh is like, he's actually the fact that everybody's hating on Zach Wilson is a plus for Rob Saleh. It means that if this kid, he's not going to lose his job before this kid does. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like they'll cut Zach Wilson before.
Oh, he's made
before
it the
they
sacrificial
fire.
lamb,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah, and it's good. I like the way he did that. And I feel
Saleh's
bad
like,
for the
look, I
kid.
got mono 0 times.
Yes,
I don't have a punchable face.
Yeah, I mean, I probably banged some moms back in my day, but that's none of your business.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Sex positive.
Yeah. I mean,
Sex positive Jets.
I'm in great shape.
Yeah.
Best bald head in the history of the NFL.
Jason Taylor would like a word.
Jason Taylor, yeah, that's a good bald head.
That dude, he was just a beautiful man.
I feel like Hines Ward had a bald head too, no?
I could never tell. I couldn't get past the smile. So I
Brian
couldn't
Urlacher had a bald fucking head.
tell. Well, all of a sudden he has hair though.
Yeah, it is the worst hairline I've ever seen. Well, it's obviously implants. Turkey. Everybody just go to Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything you want there.
Yeah, but I've been looking it up here. It's not that expensive here either.
Yeah, but it's not good here. That's the thing. You go to Turkey, they do the good shit.
Really?
Yeah, rhinoplasty, all that shit. No
Would you say Robert Salah actually has one of the best bald heads in the NFL though?
Yeah.
Because you see it all the time.
I don't get it.
Because he's bald.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I mean, Eagle's on one today. What's he on?
Yeah.
I'm like, is Eagle operating at a different level?
He might be.
Yes, I haven't got sleep in like 4 days.
All right, so let's end the show.
So, the Rams also trying to make a move at quarterback. They sign the waived Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield asked the Panthers, "Look, it's not working out. Can you cut me?" I like when teams and players do this. By the way, when they just listen. This isn't working.
I'm quitting.
It's not you. It's me. It's
Yeah.
not me. It's you.
I'm quitting. Let's not make this dirty. 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
But in football language, it's just pay me.
Yeah, just pay me
And-
the guarantee, and I'll fuck off.
That's it. Exactly.
Is this an actual, what I'll call, good move from Mayfield, or did he just see the opportunity and that both San Francisco and the
Why-
Rams needed a
he
QB,
needed
and
to
it's
do
like,
something.
now's the time?
Why
He
can't it
needed to
be
do
both?
something to try and get himself a contract for next year.
Why can't it be both, Eagle?
Because
Yeah.
he could have easily done this last week, but he chose to ask to get released this
So,
week.
but there's a complication with the. He couldn't have done it. They had to do it when he would be waived and not a free agent because there's salary cap implications. Nobody would have signed him as a free agent
Oh,
because
so okay, so they
he
waived.
would have been
okay,
on the
yeah.
hook
You
for
have
what the
to claim-
Browns owe him still.
Yeah, you have to claim him instead of claim as a free agent. So you
Yeah.
claim him as a as a waive. Yeah,
It had
Just
to be
like in the
this week,
NHL.
actually,
Yeah.
Eagle, in order to take advantage of that.
Yeah,
mean,
you
that
learned
makes sense
something
then.
now.
He probably
Eagle.
my guess is he probably asked them like when he got benched, and then they're like, "Well, the window to do this is actually here."
So we'll do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Good for him. I mean, I feel bad for Baker Mayfield. I mean, I've hated on the way he like his persona, but I kind of feel bad because I don't think he's that bad. I just think that it was a shitty situation in Cleveland for him to go to Carolina, fresh start ish, and then
Just
the
first
team-
started with a coach that got fired.
Yeah,
after
it's
3
not
games.
the best situation, but like a better situation than for him.
Yeah.
And now maybe LA is a better situation for him, and he can be a backup there. And I mean, he can come in at any point. I think he should be the guy now. No?
Well, like I saw all over Twitter, of course, people saying like, "Oh, he's terrible. Why would the Rams sign him?" It's like, well, he's better than their third string quarterback,
Yeah, exactly.
which they're down to now.
Wolford.
He's also
Like, what are we talking
a
about here?
quarterback who works really well when rolling out, which the Rams do a lot of designed rollouts. Like,
Yeah.
I don't actually hate it. I think it's
No, and I think Sean McVay is he's a little bit of a visionary. He can see things that a lot of people don't see, and that's why he's had
Yeah.
success. And he's a motivator of men also. So maybe Baker just needs. It was a shitty situation, man.
Yeah.
And it takes for a bad breakup. It takes 1 or 2 relationships to get back into it.
It's a rebound.
So we'll see what happens.
You
the
think
Panthers
McVay's
rebound.
missing Jared Goff in the situation, or he's gonna like working with Mayfield?
Well, Jared Goff, like that's a good story that he can follow. He can be like, well, listen, he had a 1 bad year with the Lions. Now he's on a team. The offense is doing well. The defense is garbage.
I have.
And 3 years.
Well, also their defense, by the way, last 4 weeks is dramatically improved. For
has
some
played
reason.
really well. So
I don't understand.
I mean, the Lions are like wagon. They're a wagon right
Yeah.
now. Like that's what we're talking about.
They
Next year they'll be a good team.
speaking of Jared Goff, I saw this stat today. It's cherry picking, but it's my favorite kind of stat. So, the all-time leading passer for the Bears is
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler.
Oh, I was gonna say Rex Grossman. Yeah, Jay Cutler.
If Jared Goff played his entire career up to this point,
Like 4 years.
as of and he played the entire time for the Bears, where do you think he would rank as a Bears quarterback?
Number 1.
Number 1.
Number 2.
Oh, ahead of Rex Grossman.
I hate Rex Grossman,
Who's
McMahon.
number 2 now?
Name it. Everything else.
Okay, but
Kyle Orton.
wearing the jersey, not like we talk about. So as a Bears quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he just came to be the Bears quarterback,
Okay.
and let's say like
That
he
was
was drafted
his
by
team.
the Bears and was there this whole
Instead of
time.
LA. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He
Not
wouldn't have got those
Trubisky. He's not
yards.
close.
Bears, who after this week have lost, like they had the record for the most wins in NFL history.
They lost it though.
They lost to the Packers this
Packers,
week.
yeah.
To the Packers
Yeah.
In Chicago.
in Chicago.
Like usual.
Yeah.
The worst thing that could ever happen.
And it was a garbage game.
Worst thing that could ever happen to Chicago fans, right there. And and then finding out now that Jared Goff is your second leading passer of all time.
Yeah. So Zola is he would have been your second greatest quarterback
Yeah, he
after Jay Cutler.
After Jay-
How does that franchise have a Super Bowl?
How do they have 2 appearances? Rex Grossman.
Odell, is he going to the Cowboys?
Yeah, I think so.
But so
I mean, I sound depressed.
today, like about 2 hours ago, the Cowboys basically said that they're not signing him now because my guess is he didn't pass a physical or whatever, because he's saying he'll be ready for January 2023.
Yeah, he wants to play 3 games, get into the playoffs,
Yeah.
and that's it. And just fucking
Yeah.
Saturday visit.
My question is, like, we don't have a huge data size on dudes come back from 2 torn ACLs.
Adrian Peterson?
The one
No, both.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, at the end of his career, though, he was averaging, like, 2
he
yards
wasn't
a carry.
good, but he also had money problems. Towards
Yeah.
the end. He went bankrupt. Like, he's bankrupt. He's
No, I know, but I'm saying
The guy's
on the
broke.
field, he no longer looked like Adrian Peters. I'm saying, like,
yeah, for
if
sure.
Odell comes back, I don't, like,
Different person.
will he even be that Odell who almost won MVP of the Super Bowl last year?
But if you see the way he played when he was with the Giants versus the way he played when he was with the Rams, a different receiver. Like, obviously the offense is different, but the way he played with the Rams was just as an option.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's going to be for the Cowboys, and it's perfect because CeeDee Lamb is just going to eat.
But is he?
Michael
But, like,
Gallup
my
had a
point
great
is,
game
at this
last week.
point, is he better than Michael Gallup or Noah Brown? Like, I mean, like,
No, we
in
don't
terms
want
of his health.
We don't want him to be.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is nobody wants him to be that. He's just OBJ, gonna wear the jersey. He's gonna be the third receiver. He's not gonna play as many snaps as CD and Michael Gallup unless obviously he's earned the right. If he's playing fucking balls to the wall and Dak and him have a good relationship, then fucking right, do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna.
Deshaun Watson returned.
Boo!
He won a game without scoring an offensive touchdown.
He's awful.
And another puff piece comes out by Adam Schefter for. I feel bad for Adam Schefter because I don't think Adam Schefter. He seems to be a good and decent dude,
Yeah.
but his job is to stroke the agents and
yeah,
for
big
the
time.
agents to stroke back.
He needs the information, right?
Like, at what point do we get where just the agents put out the information and don't give it to ESPN? Just be like, here's the information.
Because you can't have the player controlling the story.
But if it gets this obvious, where the player is controlling the story,
Yeah.
at what point does
That's-
ESPN
but
become irrelevant?
But that person and that company, whoever it is, becomes discredited. Like, example, if let's say somebody, Marco Bruyette, okay, he's our biggest insider, we can say. He tells us something, okay? He tells us something, and then I spit it out, and it's completely wrong, or it's misinformation, or it shouldn't have been leaked, or whatever. That's discrediting me, not Marco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
But
not,
I'm saying,
that's the
but
way-
like here, it's very clear he's got relationships with the owners and agents, and like that's the job. Like the thing is, these newsbreakers, that's how they get the information.
yeah.
They get the information by talking to players, by
Yeah.
talking.
Like
And the
this
thing is
whole
that
thing.
he built his career on credibility,
Yeah.
and
Now he's
the
kinda,
last 2 years,
he got the
kind
money.
of started
He
to guess
got-
the
He
credibility.
got the money, man.
Yeah.
He got the ESPN money, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna try and get us more money, and that's how he's gonna do it. And it's fucking dirty because Schefter, we all love Schefter, and he's funny. He's got a good character, but
Great gritty.
very gritty. I mean, I would give him a 6.5 gritty, but
For a white guy, gritty, that's really good.
but he's a gritty guy.
Yeah,
Like,
that too.
He's been gritty his entire career.
So what do you rate his grit versus his grid?
Oh,
GVG.
G versus G. I'm gonna say his gritty is better than his grid right now.
All right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now we know.
But like with the whole thing, I mean, it's a segue. The whole thing with John Heyman, the guy that it's crazy,
Arson Judge.
Arson Judge. Like,
But the word
but also saying that he signed with the Giants
But here's-
a day before he signs with the Yankees, and you're a New York guy. That's
Arson Judge was the best thing that could happen to his career. Because otherwise he got the information wrong.
Exactly.
Instead, we're all laughing at a Bond villain named Arson Judge.
No, but like this guy, he's like, I know him, and I'm not a big baseball like connoisseur of media guys. Like, I don't know a lot of baseball media guys. I follow a few guys on Twitter just to know. And I'm looking, I'm like, and I'm hearing, and I see this guy. I'm like, I know this guy. He's like a big New York.
Second run driven in, and now Zach
Yankees guy.
Britton
Who's
comes
this?
up to the plate.
Yeah, Arson.
Oh, that's Arson Judge.
Yeah, that's a guy the internet is now calling Arson Judge.
That is Arson.
Because he
definitely
lit a
Arson
battle
Judge.
fire.
That is definitely Arson Judge. And why not call the Giants? Ask the Giants. Like, call the Giants. You're the insider.
But he got the information from either the Giants or the agent. But here's the thing: is
From the agent.
I know he wasn't going to go anywhere except the Yankees because, so, the Yankees are part of this. So, like, the owners all to get anything changed or done in the league, you need 24 votes, and the Giants are the centerpiece of those 24 votes. And so, for example, the way Steve Cohen got the Mets was that the Yankees were the big ones supporting them. So there's an unwritten rule.
Oh, so it's like the Cowboys. The Cowboys of the NFL.
Yeah. So there's an unwritten rule that in baseball, because there's no cap and whatever, they said, listen, let's not bet against ourselves. This is my guy. I'm going to pay him whatever, but don't make my life hard. I got you. I helped get you your team. I helped get you some revenue sharing. I helped you this. So come on. So it would have been cool to actually see Cohn versus Steinbrenner, see how crazy that went.
Oh man, Steve Cohen would have fucking.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, would have melted. I love it. These guys are the best. I love these old guys that just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just
because
spend the money.
It's like
you have it spent.
The NBA owners are mad at Steve Ballmer because he's basically self-financing his own stadium.
Yeah,
and that puts a lot of pressure on them. But Steve Ballmer,
because they're like, look at him. He's doing
because he's richer than the next 16 NBA owners combined.
For real? Because of Microsoft?
Yeah.
Oh.
Microsoft's kind of a big company. I don't know if you know this.
It is. You know,
yeah.
1985, the first Microsoft came out. 84 or something. That's crazy. That's been.
Yeah. My dad's first job. Well, my dad's first promotion was he was a teacher, but he just liked computers, and his job was to teach other teachers on how to use like Microsoft Word.
That's super easy. Eagle sniffing into the microphone like a doofus.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You know, was born before Microsoft.
Who? Me.
Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander, and
definitely.
Is he? No, he's not born for.
Well, yeah. I mean, 84 is 42 years old.
No, it's
Microsoft's
not.
been around a
You're
long
38
time,
years
by
old.
the way.
Yeah, because I was born in 82 and I'm 40.
I'm 86. I'm an 86 and I'm 36. I'm like, can't do the math.
So yeah, he was born before Microsoft, and he's got a paycheck from the Mets.
He got a huge paycheck. From
So how long
What are
before
you
he's on
guys
the IL?
talking about? Microsoft was founded in '76.
Not founded, like the first Microsoft Office, or there's some sort of system.
The
that
first,
he released.
it's the first like commercial suite, I believe, was
I think that's what
1985.
The official Windows was released in November '85. Yes.
Okay, that's what we're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay.
But MS DOS was way before that, though. So you're kind of still wrong.
I don't know
but
what
that's
MS DOS is. That's a nerd talk, so I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, it was the worst. MS DOS was like
It was the worst. Pieces talking as if he was like he was born back then.
No, I was. MS
Yeah, but
DOS.
you didn't use MS DOS.
Yes, I did.
I learned how to use it.
For
Yeah,
what?
because back then, if you had, so I remember like this is where the Apple and PC argument started.
Yeah.
Because Apple had a super friendly interface. MS DOS, it was like, oh, I want to log on to play a video game.
Yeah, it's
You
like a
have to,
POS terminal. You know the old ones where it's like blue and
By the way,
yellow with like tap,
POS
tap, tap,
terminal
that shit.
stands for piece of shit terminal because that's what it was. Nerd talk / video game launch punchmyface.com. I want to shoot a fucking alien. Let me shoot an alien. What are we doing here? Apple, you open your computer, you double click, it was good to go.
Mini Clip shut down. The website?
Yeah.
It just shut down like 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they were still operational.
Yeah, no, it was good. Still good. Yeah, still great games out there.
Yeah. Well, they did.
And addictinggames.com.
So where were you when Morocco beat Spain?
I was at home.
Yeah.
I was at home.
That's not exciting.
Yeah, no, not at all. But I was watching the game, and I knew to stay away from Saint Michel
Yeah.
and Jean Talon area. Just stay away from there, and I'll be fine. I won't be
was,
getting stuck into any traffic.
I was in the Saint Michel area.
I was. Oh, you were?
Yeah.
You were working.
I worked right there and then. It was pretty fun though. It was a cool it was a cool
The fact
experience.
that the kid's from Montreal is a good thing too.
Sorry?
The goalie from Morocco was from Montreal.
Yeah. It was in from Montreal North, right? Doesn't
I
that
have no idea.
Yeah.
They just say Montreal. I have never heard of the kid before.
honestly, it was cool to watch, and they've been a fun team. Like, so the World Cup does this. Like, I'm not a soccer fan. I'll turn on EPL now and again because it's a fun league to watch. I just like watching competition at the highest level, right?
Yeah,
So like
and this
EPL is the most competitive. Like,
It's been great this year.
yeah, it has been, and like I don't follow it a ton, but I enjoy watching the games. But the World Cup has this thing where like when the favorites win, it's awesome because hey, it's the best of the best
We're
winning.
watching the best.
But when the underdogs win, it's like I'm filled with this.
Yeah. You're on your feet.
I'm so excited
Because a lot of these countries that are underdogs are a lot of these countries that are more impoverished than the ones that aren't underdogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if we talk about Spain's a very developed country. England, France, Brazil to a lesser extent, but Brazil still has a lot of money. But
not the people.
No, but they're going through a crazy political change now.
Yeah,
Like where the guy that's in charge, that's in charge now. We'll get into another time. But anyway, I read a bunch about it. It's pretty fucked up. But yeah, so a lot of these countries, like Morocco, they've never really been to where they were. So the fact that they're doing this is crazy. When Korea beat Italy,
yeah,
and then the guy that scored the winning goal, played in the Italian league. He got kicked off his team. He got fired. He basically got cut because he scored the winning goal against Italy. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, I remember, and my wife was still in Colombia at this time when like the dude from Colombia scored in his own net in World Cup and was murdered.
Escobar, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, there's also the one guy that smashed his head on the pole, the Colombian guy, because he knew he was gonna
No,
get
that was
killed.
Materazzi.
Oh, Materazzi, yeah, he smashed. On
He was the
Zidane-
pole.
He was the pole, and Zidane smashed his face. That was total fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Zidane, the most composed player of all time, suddenly doesn't like a joke that was made about him. Turns around, perfect timing. Materazzi's in the middle of his chest.
I remember though.
Fixed.
I remember though that like the French media was going on and on about like, oh, but he was provoked. It's like, do you think trash talk doesn't happen in sports? Like,
You think he hasn't heard worse, if not equally as
Yeah.
shit, like his entire career, and for him to throw it away in the World Cup final against Italy,
like I'm not
huge
saying
rivalry,
I'm not
like,
saying it's right.
last World Cup he's gonna play in, you're bananas. He did it for money.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what happens in sports. Like that's
Yeah.
what happens on fields, on
Yeah.
courts, on the ice.
The
on-
best, don't let it get in their head. And Zidane
Yeah.
was the best for a long time.
Yeah, well, I mean, was he though? Because he kind of lost that World Cup, so choke. Bigger choker than Messi.
That's the rapid fire.
But also, like, it's been cool because Messi's been good for once,
Yeah.
and he's gonna win no matter what happens. He's gonna win the Golden Boot because like it's a lifetime achievement at this point, right? Like he never was in position to win it before. They're gonna give it to him now because he's played well.
Because I think they have to get in one more game. I think they have to
One
win
more,
tomorrow.
yeah, maybe.
They have to win tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that'll be a big.
Yeah, I think if they pass the Group 8, I think
Yeah.
I think that if they make Final Four, there's a 100% chance. Like,
It's undoubted.
but the other thing, seeing the other side of that was Cristiano Ronaldo coming off the bench in Portugal's.
Did he even
huge
come
win.
off the bench?
He did. He played like token minutes, like at the end of the game when they're
Yeah,
up
I guess he
4-1.
has to. But the guy that replaced him scored 2 goals. I mean, listen, it happens.
It just like
He's not
to
the
me,
Ronaldo he
they're
used to be.
occasional reminders that I'm old, right? Or it's like I remember him being a young man.
I was 18 years old when Greece won the Euro.
Yeah.
And the first game of the tournament was against Portugal. Greece won 2-1, and Ronaldo scored the goal for Portugal. He was 17 years old.
It's wild because like to me, like the people who I associate with like youth in sports are like Ronaldo, Messi, LeBron. These are old men at
Yeah.
the end of their career who
Crosby.
none of them look the same at this point.
Crosby.
What were you saying?
Malkin.
Crosby, same thing.
Yeah, but like hockey careers tend to be shorter. Like these are people with like long, illustrious careers who like they've kept us feeling young because they've been so young for so long.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Hockey and soccer are pretty similar in terms of ages, I find. They started at 18.
Yeah.
And basketball, all three, they started at 18, and then they
But
played
basketball,
professional.
Like now we're seeing guys play till they're 40, basically.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So, like, you have a longer, because there's the whole load management thing. Anyway.
That's but like I love people talking shit about load management. It's like, so the choice is I could play another 5 years and make I don't know another $150 million, or play the 36th game against the Detroit Pistons. Nah, it's good.
I'll take a break today.
Take a
buddy.
night off. It's
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah. We don't need to win game 36.
I'm good. Rapid fire.
So I'm gonna pay off my bets tomorrow
Let's do it.
before the game.
Okay.
On IG
So, what's the bet? What's the game now?
because I lost both.
The game tomorrow night for Thursday Night Football is the Raiders versus the Rams, and because the odds will change between now and tomorrow, and our listeners will
We're gonna
listen
lock
to
it in.
this, we're at Raiders -6.5. Terry, you get to pick because Pisa is sick, and I don't want him to talk anymore.
Oh, that's the best. What am I looking at? Okay, yeah.
Raiders -6.5.
I'm going to go Raiders -6.5. Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking 6.5 points. The Rams defense is actually really good. I was gonna go Rams either way.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Plus, yeah.
If Baker Mayfield comes off his couch to beat the
won't
beat the
happen.
Raiders, Duke's gonna melt down. Like we might lose him.
Yeah,
Like,
you think so?
That might be the last straw. He might
This might be it. This might be it.
he might join like a monastery or a nudist colony.
This and the Knicks deciding to rebuild this season. Just
Well, I
that.
mean, the Knicks rebuilding is.
it's every 2 years.
I was thinking about this. England's national soccer team, are they the Knicks of the World Cup of the world? That every year they talk about how they're going to be amazing, and then inevitably it falls short. Although they do look good this time.
They are very good. The thing about England is that they rely on Harry Kane so much, but Harry Kane is only good in the box.
But it always feels like they rely on a guy.
No, but he's too. Their best team. Their best team was about 8 years ago when they had Gerrard, Lampard, like that whole crew.
Okay, but it was also the end of Gerrard Lampard, and they were relying heavily on Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney was good for a while.
I know, but I'm saying they always rely on that one big forward.
Yeah.
And then before that, it was Beckham. Like, it's always
Yeah,
the
it's
one
always
star who's
Beckham.
supposed to save them. And it doesn't work because that's not how soccer's played.
Well, that's the thing, but they're always competitive. That's all you can
Yeah.
ask for is just stay competitive, right?
Unlike the Knicks, I guess.
Unlike the Knicks,
So
unfortunately.
who are the Knicks of the World Cup?
The Knicks of the World Cup have to be
They always make it, but always kind of just suck.
always kind of suck.
Yeah. What's the epitome of the mid-tier team?
What's it?
Like, the U.S. doesn't quite make
Portugal
it enough.
just won recently, so I can't say them anymore. Italy too. For a while, they were the.
Italy keeps
bats.
winning Euros. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever. They won. They won a couple worlds. Germany, no.
Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico's a good one, but the thing is, Mexico is like it's another one of those things with the money, and they don't have as much money as other countries do, and
Yeah.
they're as good as they are going to be. The USA are the New York Knicks.
But the problem is they don't make it enough, right? Like, they
Yeah,
don't,
but the thing is, they're always like, we see it because we're in North America, but they're
Yeah.
always like, oh my God, we're gonna win everything. Go fuck.
and like, stop talking about Pulisic. He doesn't play in Europe. He doesn't play. He doesn't get on the field in Europe.
Yeah,
Just because he's in Europe. Like, I was in Barcelona this summer. It doesn't mean I play for Barca.
there's a guy from Morocco who plays for Chelsea, and he's the guy. Ziyech.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about him.
Exactly.
That's the rap.
Anyway, let's get to rapid fire.
All right, rapid fire. We're going to start with our first one here. Promo code. Come on, man. Montreal Canadiens goaltender Carey Price was under fire this week, pun intended, as an ill-timed ad and a promo code in poor taste came to light. Essentially, he is sponsoring what I'll describe as the Canadian NRA. And there's currently a bill being passed in the Canadian legislature to limit and restrict the amount of rifles available on the market and to what ostensibly is hunting rifles. So just average people aren't able to hunt. So he was protesting that. However, the CNRA, as I'm going to call them, had a promo code
The
using
Cray.
Poly as a
And-
reference to the Polytechnic Massacre.
And it was on purpose. Like that's what you guys
Yes,
told me before.
correct.
That's the craziest part. That it was on purpose.
So, like, for those who don't know, I mean, I'm a little bit older than you guys, so I kind of have a vague memory of it. It's like the first major news story I remember. I was, I guess, about 6 or 7 years old. There's a shooter at École Polytechnique, specifically targeting women because he was the first case of an incel that I know of anyway that went in and slaughtered women because he hated women.
Yeah.
I thought it was
And
because he didn't get
it was
accepted to the
specifically
program.
women engineers, and he had this whole thing where he didn't believe like women had a place in society, and it was just lots of gross stuff all at once.
So Andrew Tate. It was Andrew Tate.
Yeah, basically, but like in Canada and just shooting
I
up
mean,
a school.
I don't want to compare Andrew Tate to a murderer.
Hey, but you know,
I mean-
if Andrew Tate was a murderer, he would be that kind of murderer. and then, of course, we all remember the tragedy at Dawson College. My cousin was there
I
that
remember,
day.
yeah.
I
I had a friend and sister who was shot in the leg. Yeah.
That's awful. You know, and then, so like I've spent my life working in schools. To me, schools are supposed to be a safe place, and so like I'm a little bit sensitive to that. At the same time, yeah, hunting is part of the Canadian heritage, and I have friends who are hunters, friends who have guns. That said, the gun Carey Price is holding in that ad was not on the list to be banned. So, I mean, I guess it's dirty pool.
It's a little. It was a weird post. Like I'm not
Yeah.
saying that he's wrong for thinking the way he's thinking,
Yeah.
and he has his opinion, but it's a weird post, and it kind of like shows you're not educated enough in what's going on.
Well, like the photo shoot was probably done whenever. I don't think he knew the promo code. I don't think he knew it would come out on the day. Like
It was the day before, 2 days before.
it was,
or
yeah,
something
around
like
the
that,
but around the time of the anniversary of the shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
And the legislation is being talked about specifically in this time frame for
Yeah.
exactly this purpose, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a little bit of like not educated, engineered drama when it comes to it.
I mean, yeah. So like, I understand it's a bit of dirty pool for politicians to use that to their benefit to try and pass a law, but man, picking the side of the murderer is a bad look. Like,
Never.
I mean, between Kanye taking the side of Hitler last week and taking the side of a shooter this week, a
So,
school
like,
shooter.
we were
this week.
talking about this before, but like, why do you have to pick a side? Why do you have to be there? Why can't you just like listen?
Yeah, why
Because
can't you be Hockey
everything-
Canada?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Because,
be like,
because
whatever.
Twitter has broken our minds, and we have to think of everything as LeBron or Jordan. You can't like both.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't like both.
Impossible.
All right, next. Coach's payment in 24 hours guaranteed. The Colorado Buffaloes, after hiring new head coach Deion Sanders, admit that the school does not yet have the money to pay him to coach.
I mean, is Colorado like a big school?
Not
will be.
since
I
Kerry
mean,
Collins
maybe.
made that pass to Michael Westbrook on the Hail Mary.
Oh, that was
That
that.
was it Cordell Stewart.
Cordell Stewart made a big pass in college.
I think it was. I think it was
I don't think
Slash.
Kerry Collins went to Colorado, did he?
I believe he didn't.
Did Jake Plummer go to Colorado? I feel like he
I
did.
don't remember now. It was Cordell Stewart. I'm confusing my college quarterbacks. It was Cordell Stewart made that Hail Mary pass to Michael Westbrook.
Michael Westbrook.
Yeah, it was a long time. Not Brian Westbrook, the running back. Michael Westbrook,
I remember, yeah.
the back then Rayskins receiver.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're trying to get in the game. And right now, you can microwave your program by hitting up people and asking for money and saying, like, pay our players, give our program money, and we can return results. And, like, the AD at the press conference saying he doesn't have the money is him just saying, like, it's a GoFundMe. It's like, give me money.
Buy our gear.
We can do the thing
Like
you want.
We have a couple of Sanders jerseys, Shador Sanders jerseys ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 2.
And like the best is like they walked him through the locker room, and I was like, "That's a college locker room. Like, that's where you have money to give to players." It's beautiful. It's,
it was nice. Yeah,
it's better than any NFL locker room you've ever seen.
I went to the University of Connecticut locker room back when they had just built it. It was mid 2000s, like 2010. Late 2010, around there. And it was fantastic. And
because that's the money laundering they've used to not pay players.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. It's true.
Oh yeah, it's honestly, I think they'll be good. I think they'll be good quick because Deion's gonna recruit, and that's all this game is now.
He's gonna get the guys, and that's all that matters because he's Deion, and everybody loves Deion.
All right, next.
He cut off his toes.
Men at work. Mike Tomlin had little time for a fan who approached him in the tunnel of the clip. We don't have this clip because you gave me the wrong link.
Oh, yeah, but I know this. Right? Did you say, I'm working, man?
Yeah.
He just yells at him.
Here's what I'll do. Be like, hey, Mike Tomlin, go win, bro.
I'm fucking working, man.
Yeah, there we go. That's
pretty much what it is.
For the audio audience, you can't tell the difference.
Nailed it.
It was
wearing an orange hat in the video too, which is weird.
There we go. I was gonna say I can't even look at your eyes because my eyes keep going up to your hat.
Really?
Yeah, every time.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's so bright. It's beautiful.
It's an orange
but yeah, so
Elevate Hockey, Torrey Mitchell, Swaggy Pete.
I saw the clip and like I know how intense Tomlin can be, but it's not a guy talking shit. It's not a guy getting in his face. From it, this is like, go get him, coach.
But he was so in the zone.
Yeah, didn't care.
Ultimate, like, just don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
Imagine like some rookie went out to him. Hey, coach, I was wondering if I can get a shot. I would.
Honestly, like, I seen that one clip. Like, I already know Mike Tomlin's a good coach. I know why players run through a wall for Mike Tomlin. I know why he makes that team competitive and they're garbage.
He's dialed.
Yeah.
Always.
All right, next. Elephanteers. While the committee gathered, Alabama Crimson Tide coach Nick Saban campaigned on live TV during the NFL Sunday broadcast to get a spot in the Final Four.
And what I would say to the committee or anyone else is if we played any of these teams that are on the edge or getting in, would we be the underdog or would we be the favorite? And what I would say to the committee...
He's so grimy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's disgusting. It's like... Are they telling him to do this, or is he doing this on his own? Is there because now with NIL, is there a college quarterback? Is there a kid coming out of high school who's like, listen, I'm not going to sign with you guys if you guys aren't in the fucking Final Four this year?
Well,
and he's like, oh fuck, I'm going to lose my quarterback.
My first thought was like, Saban, man, don't you have self-respect? Like, come on, like, because you know, you can't imagine Belichick doing that, right? Again, but here's the thing. Once again. That's the game. The game is recruiting, right?
Maybe he promised Miss Terry he was going to get her like a cruise or something.
Could be. I think he could afford
a $10 million yacht. He was just going to buy it.
I think he could afford another $10 million.
Maybe Miss Terry wants another one.
Yeah,
and he's like, shit. Where am I going to get the money for this?
But so, when I thought about it more, I was like, well, but that's how he gets the players because he has no shame. It's like he'll walk in.
That's a good point.
To any living room and say whatever the fuck he wants.
I love how he says, "Well, if we're in there, wouldn't we be ranked higher? Wouldn't we be the favorite?"
But you already didn't beat a bunch of teams.
You're the gambling favorite. Okay, then why do you play then? Then why play the 10 games to get into the fucking playoff?
And like 2 years ago, when Georgia was on the fringe, and they're like we're like the second best team in the country, but they lost the game and then lost to Alabama. In the SEC playoffs. He was like, "Well, if you don't win your conference, you don't deserve to be in the playoff." Like,
see, bro, where are you, man?
Model of inconsistency.
What fucking Twilight Zone does this guy live in? Yeah. Next.
And lastly, Freaky Soda. The holidays have returned, and Lindsay Lohan is back. The singer/actress/rehab attendee has made some questionable choices in her past, but none weirder than this one right here.
Nice. Ooh, naughty. Pepsi and milk. Pilk.
First of all, I'm going to say this.
That is one dirty soda.
First, I want to say this. Lindsay Lohan.
Nice.
Lindsay Lohan has her black belt in knowing how to get people to watch her.
Oh, yeah.
Because I watched that fucking
I
Christmas
watched it too.
movie.
It is garbage.
It's so bad,
It's
but
the worst thing I've ever seen.
But it's so good.
I watched the entire thing.
Exactly.
I did not turn it off. I didn't turn it off. I didn't turn away. It got me. I
I
don't
was
know.
a hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
The awful acting, give me more.
Don't care. Yeah. I don't know. I'm
And
in.
Nobody believed that her fiance was her actual fiance.
No, 0%.
Okay.
0%.
Nobody believed. I was like,
no. Well, I mean, none of that movie is believable because the acting is terrible. Everyone acted their asses firmly on for that movie.
it's such a cheesy storyline. Guy with the girl with the daughter. You know
what the storyline was?
Wife died. Like the whole thing.
The
It's fucking
storyline
crazy.
was actors show up on Thursday, get your paycheck.
You know what's a
That
good
was
show?
the storyline.
You know, I'm gonna close off on this. I watched Wednesday, that show, the Addams Family show about
Oh, I haven't
Wednesday.
seen it yet. How is it?
Very good.
Nice.
Big fan.
In.
It's clean. It's like a kid show. It's like a PG-13 show, but yeah,
I just finished digesting Cobra Kai season 5, so I have time.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai's it was a good season.
I liked
that's another show. It's so bad. It's so good.
It's so. I was laughing out loud with the ridiculousness because I'm like, why is all of this about karate?
My girlfriend loves that stuff. Like it's just
Yeah.
because it's easy to watch, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no like you don't have to like dial in. There's no deep storylines. Like you balance that with Game of Thrones and Cobra Kai. Like you know.
Absolutely.
You
And,
balance
and,
those
and, and when Johnny Lawrence quotes Rocky 4,
Oh yeah.
if I can change and you can
You
change,
change.
maybe we can all change. I was like, oh no, I'm in. Give me 10 more seasons. Give me 10 more seasons. That one moment saved it for me.
I love it.
Yeah, submitted it for life.
Penis.
Eagle,
Hello.
thank you.
The music is already playing, by the way. So.
I can't. I don't have. I haven't had.
I thought you heard the music.
No.
Oh, I should have told you. Sorry. Bro.
No. In fact, it would have helped me sign off better because I could have used that.
That's why I said we're gonna end on this. Now we can end on this.
Yeah.
Do your
What?
thing.
Eagle, thank you for the production, and we gotta get. I know I keep saying this. We gotta get the headphone thing solved. I saw you posted it. We'll get it done. We'll get it done over the holiday. Maybe it'll be on sale for
Well, we got a little Boxing
Boxing
action.
Day, yeah.
Boxing Day action going on.
Thank you, Terry, for showing up. Thank you, Canada, for giving us Boxing Day. It's a Canadian thing. I didn't know that.
Oh, it's not an American thing?
No, it's a Canadian thing. So thank you, Canada, for Boxing Day. Thank you all for tuning in. And remember, if I can change, and you can change, maybe we can all be myself. You've been listening to Hot Sauce Sports.